Hey, what's up, yo? It's Nuke2 here with New Comic Hall. Hope everybody is doing well. First, as always, I want to thank anyone who has taken the time to watch my videos and post a comment. I appreciate it. I know that not many people watch these, but I do it more for me to just talk about comics. So, these are some books that I've purchased over the last few months at some small sales and some LCS comic sales that were going on for customer appreciation at some shops that I frequent when I travel for work. So, first comic we have here, I picked up at a 50-cent sale. It was a Lucy, so it wasn't bagged or boarded, but it's in pretty good shape. Marvel Premiere 55, Wonder Man's first solo saga. I didn't grade it on there, but I think it was pretty clean actually. It looks great in a Mylar. It had a little bit of heat on it on one of those checklists. If you buy into those, I think some of it is a bunch of BS, but looks nice. It's definitely worth getting for 50 cents. Found this for 50 cents. Nice looking cover by Brian Boland. Some of his Wonder Woman covers can go for some money. This is Wonder Woman. I don't even know what issue it is. Let me see here. As my age has continued to rise, my vision has not has started to deteriorate. Let me see, what number is this? I have no idea. I don't even see a number on it. Maybe number 95, I think. Maybe 95, volume 2. Good looking cover. I knew I didn't have that. So I got that for 50 cents. Don't pay attention. I just rebagged it because they were Lucy's and haven't bagged them again. But this is X-Men, the early years, number 15. It was a early Adam Hughes cover, so I picked that to work on my run of his of Adam Hughes covers on that run. I was running out of bags, so I put two of them in the same bag, but it's the same comic. Teen Titans number 20, which says multiple first appearances. More importantly, is the first appearance of Crush. And so for 50 cents for two copies, 50 cents each, I thought that was a really good pickup for 50 cents. I only got this because it was a variant. I didn't have it. It was 50 cents. It was Thor number 11 from the Donny Cates run. I didn't really pick up the variants that had this little, I don't know what that was, but like a little cartoon tail with our comic strip tail in the cover. I'm not really sure how that works, but for 50 cents, I found some Jenny Frison covers, which is great. Battlestar Galactica 6, number 3, and then number 4, early Jenny Frison covers, 50 cents each. Two books in the same bag. I got Wolverine Noir, number 3, the variant edition, and then because these were loose, I put them in the bag together until I could get them rebagged. That's Amazing Spider-Man number 61, 50 cents each. I got this because it was a Marvel Age. I don't think anybody ever talks about it. I don't know if it's worth anything. I haven't looked it up. But it was 50 cents. It was Marvel Age, August 1992, 115. It's got the Rise of the Midnight Suns preview in there, which I thought was decent. And then this here was 3 copies of True Believers number 377 Hulk, which this can go for a few bucks. So if you see some of the True Believers can go for some money. I know they were only $1 when they came out, but I tell you, that book can go easy $5. But for 50 cents, I picked it up. I picked up the first appearance of Joe Fixer, True Believers copy for 50 cents each. I thought that was a reasonable investment to maybe one day flip. Infamous Iron Man number 11. To complete that, I'm almost complete with that run. I think I'm missing a couple more issues, and then I got 2 copies of the Red Hood Outlaw, the Yasmin Putri cover. Now, by itself, this book isn't really worth a lot. It's definitely worth more than 50 cents, $5, $6. But if you pair it with the connecting cover that goes with this, those two together will sell for 25 easy. I picked these up because I didn't have the complete run. I didn't know what issues I was missing, but they were in very high grade, near mint. Spines look great for 50 cents each. Squadron Supreme, the original first miniseries or maxi series, because there's 12 issues, number 5 and 6. I know that I don't have much of them, but if I find some high grade copies, I pick them up. And I picked up for 50 cents a high grade copy of X-Men number 1, the most ever printed comic book. I'm not sure why I did it, because I have that copy, and they're really, I'm amazed that someone will go for even $5, considering there's 7 million copies of that one particular comic. But 50 cents, it was in pretty good condition. It was in near mint condition, so I picked it up. Had found several of these U.S. Avengers number 1. I think this is the first appearance of the General Ross Red Hulk. Picked up 2 early copies of Punisher War Journal with Jim Lee art, 14 and 15, because they had Spider-Man on the cover. Not Jim Lee's finest work, if you ask me. It's kind of hard to tell that's Jim Lee, to be honest. But this one is definitely more, Jim Lee art, early art. Fantastic Four, number 54. This goes for a little bit of money. For 50 cents. What is that, a $20 book? And I can't find the other book that was worth a decent amount. But I found this, Savage Dragon in the 180s had a very low print run. 183. This is easy at $30 book, and I say it's an easy $30 because I just actually sold this for $30 on eBay, plus shipping, and I just started recently selling some comics, and I saw that I knew it was worth some money. What should I say? I could have probably held out for some more, but it doesn't really mean anything to me. There are sales for $50 for this book. It doesn't sell briskly, but it will sell for $50 easy, maybe a little bit more, because it's a very low print run on this. But for $30, I thought that was a fair price. For someone that is collecting Savage Dragon, I want to help them get their collection complete, their run. This is in a near mint copy, very high grade. So I took their offer of $30 and said sure. And I got that for 50 cents. So it basically paid for everything that I purchased on the 50-cent sale for the most part. Found a copy of the Jenny Frison variant of Thor number 9, the Donny Cates run. Beautiful copy. Doesn't really go for anything yet, but I think it's something that over time may. Thor number 11 with Jane Foster. I'm surprised some of these books have not gone up in value, particularly this book. I found a bunch of copies of these. Thor number 2. These are all in high grade. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 copies in near mint. I'm surprised they have not gone up in price since the movie came out. I had found some others for like $3 a piece. I sold them, but I haven't sold any recent. Number 705, Mighty Thor, Jane Foster. Beautiful cover. Beautiful, beautiful cover. Number 706. Actually, I paid $1 for these two each. Thor, number 3. Jane Foster. I paid 50 cents a piece. This was a great deal here. This was a 50-cent comic. Batgirl number 52. I think I've shown, anytime I see this comic and Batgirl number 45, done by James Jean, on a good day they can go for $20. But for the most part, I don't know, there may be $5-10 book if you're lucky. But for a near mint copy, they can easily command $20. And so, anytime I see this in near mint, this copy and 45, I will pick it up for under $10. This happened to be 50 cents, which was a steal. Beautiful cover. This is probably, even though the 45 goes for a little bit more money, I think this cover here with Poison Ivy is a better looking cover. Got another copy of DC Comics Presents number 1 by Adam Hughes. Also pretty good cover for Adam. Let's see, what else do I have? Show. Trying to finish up my run of the back cover of Just Imagine Stan Lee with the Adam Hughes cover. This is Superman. Adam Hughes. I think I'm maybe missing one copy. Some great Jenny Frison, Catwoman. I did pay cover price for those, $42. That's a great looking cover. What else? Here's some other. These are some comics I got at the 50-cent sale. So I got X-Men Early Years number 3, Adam Hughes, which I did not have. Found another copy of U.S. Avengers number 1, the Ross first appearance. The U.S. Avengers variant cover homage, which I didn't like when they started putting the comic that is homaging on there. I mean, put it on the back at least. It takes away from the artwork, but also let the collectors figure it out, or put it on the back of the comic somewhere. And I got that, and then the John Tyler action figure variant for a 50 cent. Now, and I got this for $1, which is really a great deal considering it's Uncanny X-Men True Believers 129. This will also go for more than $1. Definitely worth more than $1. I couldn't believe I found this in the 50 cent. I'm lucky that I got there right when they started, when he opened up for this sale, because this would not have been there for very long. But this is Black Panther number 1, the Marvel Knights edition. This is a near mint copy, and man down. This is the first appearance of Okuyo and Okuyi, Zura, Darla Maji, the Yami. This book will go for easy $50, $40 to $50, and to get that for 50 cents, I thought I was surprised to find that in there. I got there early, but even that box that I was going through, I wasn't the first one in that box because another guy had gone through, and he passed it, and so I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know what he was looking for, but that's a great pickup right there. And also at that same 50 cent sale, I found these, which were, they're not extremely valuable, but they were a near mint. G.I. Joe Yearbook number 1 and G.I. Joe Yearbook number 2, Mike Golden cover. I have both of these. This should be a little bit more white. It's a little aged, yellowish, but still a great copy. And then this Ethan Van Sciver cover art, the first Kid Omega, for 50 cents, which is still, that's a $10-15 book. Yeah, these are some books I got at cover price that I have bagged and need to file away. Great Josh Middleton Wonder Woman cover. When I first got it, I was like, yeah, it's okay. But it's after I started looking at it on my desk after I bagged it in Mylar. That's a beautiful cover. That's really a great cover. Um, and I think with time it may go up in value. Then we have Unholy Dracula, Adam Hughes #1. I like that cover. Just Buried, great looking cover. I really like this cover too. Vampirella Unholy Love Story #3, where Dracula's pulling the cover from her. That's kind of funny. Batman 118, the variant cover homage to Spider-Man #1 by McFarlane. I paid, what was cover price? $5.99. I think I had a little discount on that. I may have paid $5 for that. Stray Dogs, Dog Days #1, the variant cover. I'm not sure what that's homaging to. I did like the first series, Stray Dogs original that came out. Surprised everyone. I haven't read this one yet. Daredevil second printing, Woman Without Fear #1. Also have not read that, but plan to read that. Then anytime I find some near mint copies of bagged copies of Rise of Midnight Suns, I pick them up. I don't know how many copies I have of this. I've got a lot. But Spirits of Vengeance #1, still bagged and unopened. Found 3 copies of that. Another copy of Midnight Suns Darkhold. Found 2 copies of that. I think I may have only paid $1.50 for them. Dollar for New Mutants #21. Well, Bill Sienkiewicz, when he started doing the art for that, and I think it was like 18 or so. I will tell you, when this came out initially, when Bill Sienkiewicz started doing the artwork, I wasn't a big fan. I'll be honest, I was too young to appreciate his art. And he got all kinds of accolades for it. Fast forward, 40 plus years now, and I realized what a great artist he was doing that at a time when no one else was doing that kind of work. I'm sure that took a lot of time for him to do. Batman, I got this for 50 cents, mainly because it's a nice Alex Ross cover. I like the color scheme. I'm not sure what you'd call that, but I have that already. But for 50 cents, why not? Another Adam Hughes Tomb Raider #18, which, anytime I find early Tomb Raider with Adam Hughes, I pick up. Star Wars Legacy #7, probably one of the only legacy issues of Star Wars in the single digits that's not worth a lot of money, but it's an Adam Hughes cover. I did pay $3 for that. Found this for $1, which had some heat on it. I'm not really sure why it's worth a whole lot. It's the first appearance of Onami. It still goes for $20. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure what the spec on that is, but all right, I picked it up. I found it for $1. Why not? So I got that. I think I'm going to end there because I got so much stuff to show and it's kind of scattered everywhere. Let me see if I can reach. Oh, books falling all over while I'm reaching for them. I have these here. Found another copy. This is a very high grade near mint copy of first appearance of Wind Dancer, New Mutants #1. Great Josh Middleton cover. I mean, this book actually goes for some money, $20, respectable. I think with time it'll go up even more because it was kind of a low print run. Beautiful cover, Josh Middleton. It's all white, so to find it in near mint's, a little bit harder. That's clean. I got that for $1. Last issue of Volume 1 of Flash, 350. Um, when I bought it, it looks great. I mean, it looks near mint. I did pull it in Mylar because I do like Flash. But once I got it home, because it was bagged and I took it out, it has some foxing on the back cover or on the spine, which kind of eh. Um, then this book here, I did pay $1 for each one of these issues. I didn't have these, and I think they were still in a dollar bin because he's not on the cover. It's definitely worth more than $1. This is a VF copy. I've been looking for it for a while. This is Avengers Volume 1, number 326, which is the first appearance of Rage, who's kind of a stupid character, really. but I mean, he's African American, urban kid. So I needed that in my collection. I had dropped this title at some point. Wasn't a big fan of the artwork at that time. And to later find it, I thought I'd find this in a dollar bin at some point. I mean, I didn't want to pay the $6, $10, $20 for that comic, thinking that I would find it in a dollar bin at some point, or a back issue for like $2, $3. And it took me years. I mean, it has taken me easily 5, 6 years to find it. And I always thought that I would find it sooner, simply because Rage is not on the cover. And, people wouldn't know. But it was always missing in the back issues, 326. So, personally, because it's been so hard to find in the wild, even in back issue bins and some pretty big stores, it seems to me like it should be worth more money than it is, because it's hard to find. But that's just me. So I got that for $1. I found 327, which would be his second appearance. He is on the cover, and then 329. So, since they were all there, they were in VF condition. There's some spine ticks on this one. I didn't think I had these in my run, so I just went ahead and picked them up for $1. And then the last book that I want to show is kind of a mail call. I have been looking for this book for a long time. And finally I resorted to eBay to find a copy in the condition that I wanted. Maybe not quite the price that I wanted to pay, but gorgeous cover by Adam Hughes. A 9.8. Because it's an all black cover, to find this spine without any ticks that break color was very hard to find. And even when I did find a couple, there was always a spine tick that broke color, and they still wanted $50 to $60 for it. And even online, to find a 9.4, you're talking $100 plus, maybe $125. And so a guy had this for $175, was willing to take some offers. When I look at it, I am surprised that it got a 9.8, because if you look at it from an angle, I don't know if you can tell, but there are some spine ticks in there that don't break color. And there is an indentation in the cover right here. I don't know if you can see it. But trust me, there's one there. It's a dent in the cover. Which, when I look at that cover and I see the imperfections that are in there, and I started to check to see if someone had done some shenanigans with the case and put a 9.8 there. But there's not. I mean, it's sealed. It's one of the newer cases too. I'm actually surprised they got a 9.8. I really am. And I think that's my frustration with CGC. I think they're inconsistent. They're slow. Their grading sometimes do not make, even with their notes, if you get, they don't even send you your notes, you got to pay for them. That you get this kind of inconsistency where you can easily see the imperfections in the cover here and here. And this comic gets a 9.8. Now, I'm glad to have a 9.8. Don't get me wrong. I couldn't tell those were there on the listing, on the eBay listing. But when you get it in your hand and you see them at angles, you definitely can see it at the right angle. So for them to give it a 9.8, I would have given it, a 9.6, maybe a 9.4, or a 9.6. I think this could be pressed out, and I think this could be pressed out and be fine. But as is, to get a 9.8, I'm kind of surprised. But hey, I'm happy to get a 9.8. It's great as a 9.8. I don't think I paid 9.8 pricing for it, which, considering the rarity of it, very happy to have it. And when it comes to CGC, I don't buy a lot of CGC books. I buy them if they're cheap or if it's something that I want in that condition. I'm trying to find the other book that I bought from CJC, if I can get to it without knocking over a bunch of stuff. I can't see it right now, but I do have another CGC book that I wanted to share that I really like, that I'm specking on a little bit. It's a Jenny Frison cover, but I'll show it next video. We're at 26 minutes. I think I'll stop there. One other thing I want to share. So my son, who I started doing videos for to begin with, when this came in the mail, my wife had opened it up and left it on the counter, and he came home and he looked at the comic, and now he's he'll be 11 this month, and he goes, he tells my wife, he looks at, he goes, tells her, I know why he bought this comic, and starts grinning, which is hilarious, and then his friend came over, and he said the same thing. He goes, "Oh, I know why your dad bought this comic." So that makes my day, actually, because they're right. That's exactly why I bought this comic. I don't think I need to say why, but it's pretty obvious. This is a great comic, and if I can find another copy at a reasonable price, I'll buy it, because I think that's a comic that over time will continue to go in value. I'm actually surprised it's not worth more than it is, because being an all-black cover, beautiful cover, hard to find and near mint, I'm surprised it doesn't go for more than it does, but of the Adam Hughes covers. So with that, I'll leave you, and hopefully I'll post another one here within the week. Hope everybody does well. Stay safe. Take care. Peace.